warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone, my name is Harika with metric 274719 in here I want to explain, or I want to make you know about the information about what introvert people, what they do, what they need, and what they think about the introvert people. I'm not alone. I have the partner, Hafiz. Maybe he will introduce himself, so you are guys know me and Hafiz as a moderator, or to give the information in here from the introvert people. Okay, maybe let's start talk about the introvert people. Okay, introvert people are often the misunderstood member of social group. There are a pair of the subspecies that surround them on account their quiet nature. It can be seen an inability to communicate, being social, like they will awkward, or even a lack of the confidence, but there is great joy to have in being an introvert. And what's more, there are more subtypes. Yes, they have more subtypes. Introversion that you might imagine. Introverts are just the quiet ones of the dinner table. There are 4 distinct personality types. If you are ever questioned yourself and why you operate differently to others, there are aspects that go a long way to validate your character.
Okay, first of all, I will talk about the difference between introvert people and extrovert people. Okay, I will talk first about introvert people. Introvert people is most likely to be lonely, and they only talk to the people that they trusted. It does mean that they do not like to talk to everybody. They only just have a limit when they social with other people, and they feel uncomfortable if they stay longer at their place. Okay, when they make a friend with other people, they will make sure that their relationship is not easily to be broken, and it's because the friendship is a valuable thing because they cannot talk easily with everybody. If it's about using a smartphone, they prefer to use texting to each other. And if they invited in the group, they prefer to read other people chatting and less to texting to everyone. Introvert people mostly like to think first and take a time when they talk to someone and make a decision. If they think first, they will be more confident to say to the people and to make a decision. If they do not think first, they will become easily worried about what they talk and what they do. Introvert people always avoid to expose themselves to everybody. They will try to avoid getting people attention to them, and if they get attention to everybody, they will become uncomfortable. They also not share their problem to anybody that they cannot trust it. Okay, let's go to the extrovert people. Extrovert people mostly like to talk and can communicate with everybody. They can easily become friends with other people with their speech and action. They surely has a lot of friends, and that does not mean that they don't have a best friend. Extrovert people, when using a smartphone, they prefer to make a texting and call with other friends. When they in a group, they will become active to chat with other people. Extrovert people can easily social with other people, even a stranger. They like to talk freely and can become comfortable in almost every topic of conversation. They can make a decision and giving opinion quickly without hesitation. Extrovert people mostly got people attention with their way of speech and action. They can easily attract other people to hear to what they want to say. They also talk openly about their problem, even in a small problem that's made some of the people feel uncomfortable with them.
The first we have or we will talk about social introvert. The classic type of introvert we all know, a social introvert, is someone who categorically is the prefer to spend time alone. They will go on their way to ensure that they have the amount of the time themselves and they need. But if they do socialize, it will only be with a very close-knit group of friends. The reason a social introvert choose to live this way is they truly enjoy their own company and feel emotional drain if they spend too long in their presence of the other. Is not the same as a shyness or anxiety. Social introversion is the prevalence, which is often confused for a sense of aloofness or indifference. Introspective introvert. Okay. The introspective type is someone who spends a lot of the time in their head. You could also think is from intellectual introversion. This is person like to think about everything they see and they hear. They have a rich and complex inner world, which is unsurprising given where they spend most of their time. But this is far from being a negative thing. This introspective type is even self-reflective, and they are adept to analyzing social dynamic and very self-aware of the effect their presence has on given situation. Some people have claimed that introspective types are lost in their own fantasy world when it actually they are engaged in deep critical thinking. The anxious introvert. Anxious introvert is someone who has winning struggle interactive with people where it can border on social anxiety. The action of these individuals are centered around their perspective inability to function in own company, but because they are too aware of high state of anxiety and that being around others will create for them. This type of introvert often find themselves stuck in a loop. They will imagine their future experience based on their previous interaction, rooting them in a mindset of the low self-esteem. Cognitive behavior therapy can go a long way to breaking their negative thought patterns. Okay, last but not least is a restrained introvert. The restrained type a little less known, but is actually quite common if you pay attention. This describes someone who holds themselves back and takes a little while to warm up to people before completely putting themselves out there. Their people aren't afraid of social interaction. Quite the opposite, most of them do enjoy meeting new people, but they usually very selective about who they open up to, closing to reserve the largest part of themselves for those who have earned their trust. This can make a restrained introvert seem mysterious, but they're simply taking back a seat back and observing before they take action. They always think before they speak, and once you have earned their trust, you earn it a long time.
Okay, as my friend Erika explained about the type of introvert people, it's made that introvert people also can become a successful people in the future. Like introspective types, that someone who spend a lot with thinking what he see and what he hear. They will think about what they see and hear to make it useful in the future and their life, also to avoid bad decisions in their life. I will give you some example of introvert people that become a successful people in the future. First of all, who does not know Albert Einstein, right? The famous man who knows a lot about physics. He says that monotony and solitude of quiet life stimulates the creative mind. Okay, the next one, who does not know the creator of Facebook is Mark Zuckerberg. The Facebook Chief Operation Officer Sheryl Sandberg says that Mark Zuckerberg is a shy guy and introvert people. But it don't make that Mark is a people that always take care of his staff and always care about his relationship with their staff, with the help to make a stable emotional. It make Mark and his team a great teamwork, and it make Mark a great CEO and can be trusted. Okay, before we end our presentation, I want to say that we should be positive thinking when it's about introvert people. They also can change their way to be a successful people, and we should not make them feel uncomfortable, like talking bad about them and also bullying them. It's because that we do not know what we become in the future.